Tulimasaka town. Naguze sabun au sokali za 15 Obaba nimbye. Simani.
Hello everybody, my name is Amra Novachkova, and then I have another name the Ugandan people gave to me. It's called Nankya. So I really like that name because people call me Nankya here. I first came to Uganda 3 years ago and I was doing some volunteer work here. I was teaching music actually. Then I stayed for 7 months and I tried to adapt the culture. I tried to get to know everything. Of course not everything, but as much as I could in those 7 months. And that other time I was here, I stayed in a local family, and they were teaching me a lot, especially the children, because the small children, they didn't go to school yet, so they were talking Luganda when they played around. And I wanted to play with them, so I said, why don't I also learn the language? Because even English is not my mother language, because I'm a German. So that's when I said, I can as well also learn their language and get to know the culture better. So I had like a book where words were written. That's when I learned. I started learning like every evening for the first 3 months. The beginning was hard, to be honest. So it was hard in the beginning, but actually it's not a hard language. If you get into it, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a very beautiful language. So I was really eager to learn. It helped me a lot, like to buy things at the market, to work in the hospital, to talk to the people who are sick. Akwate Mpola, atukawala. So if you take things slow, Mpola is slow. So if you take things slow, you will reach your goals. Atukawala. You will reach far where you want to be. Nechilala, munu mukabi, munu mudab. Munu mukavi, munu mudala. So it means, even if it's in English, it's a friend in need is a friend indeed. I just like the way people behave. They are very how do you say in English? Like they are well disciplined. They have a lot of hospitality. I like their food. They cook matoke and beans and other things like kaswa. And I also like their traditional ways of, having a wedding or introduction. Then they are wearing those baganda gomesi. It's like a dress for women where they have this big belt. And they dance their dances. They sing their songs, like the traditional songs. But they also have like many songs in like pop songs, like you hear in Mubala or like in the bar or on the street. What I love about Uganda is that people are very open and they have a lot of hospitality. So it is hard to find someone who is just left on the street. At least he has like Asobola Kugenda Muchalo, he has someone in the village to go, or someone who takes care of him or her. So I really like that people care about each other, they help with each other, although sometimes they don't even have anything, they can be there and help you. It is very hard in Germany to find people who help you if they don't have anything. And even more, if they have something, sometimes they also don't help. Of course there are people there, they help, but the way Ugandans help each other and welcome you, it's one of a kind. Like, it's very special. So in Germany you can find people, especially in the big cities, you can find people, they don't have friends, they don't have family, they don't have a job, and they are just left there on the street. So that's when they start like being homeless and on the street, they beg for money, and people don't really care for them. It's very hard. I think that's something we need to learn from Uganda. Although people sometimes here don't have anything, they show their care. So at least, come on guys, for us, we have to gather and care about people who need our help. Everyone looks at you, you don't understand the language, they are talking about you. You understand they are talking about you. So I really wanted to understand what they are saying, because sometimes, like some people, especially men, they can talk things about you you don't even want to know. So when I started learning the language, they stopped talking like this, because every time they talk something about me, like, look at this Muzungu, I want to marry her, or let's take her somewhere, I was just answering in Luganda. I told them, I can understand your language, please, let's talk. Then they were so surprised. Yeah, we enjoyed so much. That made me also want to learn the language. And also in the market, if they tell you, you know, sometimes they overcharge you when you're not from here. So they can tell you a price that is like double or twice, like at least double high that usually the price is. So when you start speaking Luganda, they just tell you the real price. Of course, the dream is to come here and stay here for some good time and maybe also settle down here. But you know, you never know the future. I really have some good years to go to finish. But until then, I will just come every time I find time. Yeah. I think Uganda has so much potential in the future. You know, those things going on in our countries, we don't develop as fast as Uganda. In Uganda, the other time I was there 3 years ago, the roads were very bad in Masaka. Now almost every road has changed. So the development in Uganda is very quick. And I think when people, and even the population, you have many young people, and the young generation is the future, I'm sure. So I think in future, Uganda will be like Uganda and other African countries. They really have the potential to rise up and to build their own strength, because the country is so rich. There's a lot of food, there's a lot of land, the people are working hard. So when people understand this, especially the young generation, they will rise up, and I think even Europe, Africa is going to be very great. I miss the food in Uganda. In Germany, I miss Ugandan food. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. People telling their stories. And come to Uganda, make your own story, enjoy life, and always be nice to each other.